Hello, in this training video, we're going to begin to talk about the online ordering process. We'll talk about your online store and different options that customers have to reserve inventory from you. Currently, we're on the control panel, so we're going to click the logo in the top left-hand side just to open up a preview of our website. I would recommend that any business owner go through their own website and pretend to be a customer. It's good to be familiar with your online ordering process and the experience that your customers will get with your business online. I would also recommend taking notes as you go through it in case there's changes that you want to make, and then you can either call your onboarding manager and knock those out, or go through and make some of the changes using our system configuration videos. So now that we're on the website, if we look here at the top at the navigation bar, under the rentals, all of your categories will be listed. So the way that inventory is set up is that you have items, and items make up categories. You can have one item show in multiple categories. You can even also have primary, secondary, and tertiary categories, and so on and so forth, if you just wanted to organize your rental inventory in a different way. So I'm going to scroll down a little bit more. And here is our main store element. So we call this the store, and it shows all of your categories that are set to display on the online website, as well as this order by date option. Now, order by date is optional. You can opt to turn that off or even change the icon if you'd like. If customers choose order by date, they'll select their times for their event or party, and then the system will show them only what's available during that time slot. That's one way to order. Otherwise, usually customers are going to browse your inventory and then choose an item that they'd like to rent and click on the book now. From here, they'll click on add to cart and then select specific times of when it's available. And the calendar will automatically gray out times that are not available if the item's already reserved, or maybe if your business is closed or something like that. So let me go ahead and go back here. We'll go back to the store element, and I'll go back into bounce houses. So we see my different inventory items, and you can choose what displays and what is available to reserve or not. In addition to having bookable items, you can have what we call our display only items. So it's advertised on your website, but instead of being available to add to a cart, instead it just says, please call to reserve. We might see this with bigger items, something like a trackless train or a mechanical bull, or something that requires some attendance or some sort of additional something where you need to schedule that personally or check on it rather than just allow people to book freely. But for anything on your website, the inventory is automatically calculated for you. So we know based off of your orders in the system what is available and when. And there's a bunch of different rules for determining when things are available. When you click on an item, you can see the item photo. You can also see some additional information here on the right-hand side, and you can write a description. Even with our description, we have AI-generated content that you can use to help you write some sort of just sales script about this product. The setup area, actual size, attendance, outlets, that information is good to include because this can help prevent people from having to call your business if they have questions, especially when it's right here on the website. When I click on add to cart, the first screen that we get here is showing the price rule breakdown. So officially, this is called a price rule description. And it all just depends on what you charge for different durations for how long your customers can rent online. For example, this account is set up right now to have a regular price for 4 hours, and then it's 20% more for additional hour, or they can get it overnight for 60. And we offer a discount on Wednesdays as 10% off. All these are different options. Once again, it just depends on what you charge. So we can detail that out for your customers. The system will automatically calculate it too based off the rules that we've set up. Or if you don't want this screen, we can get rid of it too. And instead, when customers click add to cart, it'll just go straight to this calendar screen. So at the time of this recording, it is January 2nd. And if you notice on my calendar, January 2nd and January 3rd are closed. This is a setting that's called the minimum advance for booking. Basically, how much notice do you need in order to put on an event, in order to help out a customer? You can customize a setting. It could be in hours or days. The default is usually 48 hours. So if today is January 2nd, the soonest that someone could book with me would be January 4th. When they click on January 4th, the default selection is a drop-down for them to choose the party start time and the party end time. Notice that with this item, we see a bunch of time slots are available or are unavailable because it's already reserved. And then the available ones are down here at the very bottom. So I only have one of these items. The system will automatically know based off of your quantity and the orders when it's rented and when things are available. And we also add in something else called padding. Padding is an important concept because it adds buffer time before and after an order. So sometimes you need time before to pack it up to get everything ready. After the order, you need time to tear it down, to clean the unit before you can re-rent it again. So the default padding is 3 hours on all accounts, but of course we can change that. We can also put padding only on the end rather than the start and the beginning, rather than the start and the end. It could just be the end if you would like. And that could be in hours or that could be for days. It just depends on what you need to do. So generally customers will come in and choose a start time. It'll be your times of your hours of operation from your earliest start time to the latest end time. And this is currently in 30-minute increments, but you can customize all of that and even have different schedules for different days of the week. Right now, I'm just going to go ahead and choose 6:30, and then I can choose an end time. And then once those times are selected, this item has been added to the cart. I want to show you one other rental option. So this is normally the default, is customers will choose a start time and an end time based off of how long they want to rent the item for. To clear this out and start a new order, I'm going to click the trash can. And now I have a blank order. I'm just going to click Reset Order in the bottom right-hand side, which will clear out the date. Now I'm back to my store. I'm going to click on Bounce Houses, and I'm going to choose a different one, this Bounce House Time Slots. In addition to just selecting the times, you can pre-designate those times for a customer if you would like. When I click Add to Cart and go to choose a date on this item, and we'll just select the 10th, notice that there are 2 available time slots, one from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. and the other from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. You can have different time slots. They can even be overlapping, and if one is selected and it overlaps others, the others will be blocked out. You can offer a specific number of time slots. Maybe you have 3 available, and the system could even show, oh, there's 2 left remaining, for example. This is normally something that we see with parties, if you were offering a party at perhaps a certain location. But I've also seen operators do morning and afternoon rentals or do multiple day rentals this way. So this is another rental option that you have for online, just depending upon how you run your business. The default is normally called time span, where you select the times. This one is time slots. And then 2 additional ones that we have are single day. So customers could just choose the 10th and the times would be automatically set for them. Or of course, multi-day rentals. Multi-day functionality is built in by default. Let me switch to the water slide category, and we'll go ahead and book one of these so I can show you. When I click Add to Cart, we'll choose a date, and then I will choose a party start time. And down here at the bottom, we have 2 buttons for multi-day or overnight. Overnight, you set a default time that all the items are due back by. Normally, it's something like 11 a.m. or 11:30 a.m., and once you go past that, then you're paying for a multi-day rental. You're paying for a 2-day rental. We can change the functionality of these buttons, for example, the overnight time, or we could turn them both off if it's something that you don't offer. But say a customer did want to get this on Tuesday, They could click the multi-day button and then rent it all the way to the following Tuesday if they wanted. And now that those times have been selected, that item is here in our shopping cart. So those were some of the basics just for how customers can schedule your inventory, put that in a cart. Next, we'll go through the rest of the ordering process and talk about what customers fill out in order to submit an order. Thank you for watching.